Hello guys and welcome to a new kind of video. In this video we're going over a North American enchanter slash mage player that had a lot of good success in Korea, which is a very weird stereotype that you would not see happening. People are known for playing aggressive champions, the Chinese, the Koreans. No one likes playing with mages or enchanters, and as you can see, Cupid hit a 19-1 record for 95% rate to master, which is the best run I've ever seen of any Western player, and he's still playing to this day. He lost a few games, but 200 LP, 90% win rate masters is pretty impressive. He did play duel at first, but if you look at the games, it was earlier on, and it was playing Zoe support, which is kind of interesting with Yozu. I've played against this in NA. It's pretty annoying. They will dumpster your bot lane every game, and you just CC layer properly and perfectly, and your bot lane will get steamroll. I think he played this in EU as well with Yozu, but as you can see, like, not here to throw shade at Yozu, is also a great player, but once you get to like Masters or high MMR, you can't do anymore, and Cupid has been only on the uptrend since, and Yozu has been kind of struggling. But yeah, most of the champs he's been playing recently, like Hui, Seraphine, he plays enchanters in the supportive role, so his Seraphine can be flexed there. I think he plays some Hui there as well, but mostly Sona, Seraphine are his enchanter picks. He's the best at those champs. Yeah, so I'm eager to see how in a game like this where you're playing into a Pyke, Tristana, a Hui Mel can survive against Koreans, because these guys are Masters, GM, MMR, and in theory they should be playing ultra aggressive. But the most important part of Cupid I've noticed over the years is he's been playing on very high ping, similar to Perry, who's also had a very good run. Let me know if you want to see a video on Perry's jungling. People that hit really high ranks on high ping are the most elite players. So another example of this is someone I've been commending for years is Dan, who was on EG. He used to play like 120 ping on Hawaiian Fishmaster, X Dan, whatever. He was the best 80s ever played with, and once I knew he was 100 ping, I was like, this guy is phenomenal. Cupid, Perry, two other players that have always played on high ping, I believe. I don't really remember what Cupid's ping is. I know Perry had like 60 ping playing Viego, Jarvan, etc. But yeah, I'm really eager to see how you can even survive a lane like this. Nidalee, Tristana, Pyke, and then you have Galio potentially roaming as well. So obviously Cupid has hit rank 1 NA several times. But I mean, this is Koreans, right? These are Koreans, potentially Chinese people from Super Server playing here as well. And everyone wants to play really aggro. When you have lanes like Galio and Nidalee, champs like these, I want to like play towards bot lane. I'm really eager to see how he can just micromanage his support. Or not micromanage, but like play off of their, their laning. So he drops an early ward. So I think that's just preemptively wait for wave 2 is going to give up crash. Not get hooked by Pyke in the brush. Yep. But it looks to be just an ultra safe. Let enemy team push. And just basically last hit whatever you can. Nothing's under last hit range. He's going to walk back. Pyke swept the ward as well, so it looks like they get a free level 2. No trading needed with how he played the early lane. And they should probably CS most of these as well. And the longer this game goes, the better, right? Because you have a Gwen, they have a Nidalee. I'm not really sure how good Mel support is anymore. You can miss a couple of CS here, which isn't the worst, but as expected, this is how the Pyke lane will get advantages, right? Since enemy bot lane's playing really safe, Pyke can just layer his advantage bottom if they're going to play safe like this, and they will get the XP advantage and potentially gold advantage, but Pyke will be able to make numerous plays across the map, right? So, inmates happening top side. Pyke could have also even came to this, but I guess it's just a solo kill. So far this game is looking horrific. Talon got a 1-for-1 though, mid lane, which isn't the worst, but... And the aggression continues. Pyke is beyond gapping the Mel, which again is really out of Cupid's control. But Pyke got the kill, so I mean, it could be worse. He lost it to Cannon here. Wow, he actually knows their damage perfectly. Some people would have flashed a Tristana W there, but he hit every CS, he got the cannon, he drank his pot. He's really composed. I haven't really watched this stream, so I've been kind of, taking a break from League, taking a more analytical approach, but it's very refreshing watching other people play, like how confident they are. Because, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, his Mel is like kind of gap right now, and I don't even know how you can recover in this lane. Once they get a reset going, we do have the TP advantage, so we'll come back to lane with item advantage, or the tempo advantage, whatever. But, yeah, I think Nidalee is definitely playing the wrong side of the map. Like, we're getting 1-for-1, when bot lane should just be getting killed off cooldown. And yeah, they go in on Cupid. I mean, it should be... I think Mel loses. Pyke pussied out when he hits level 4 there. Pyke should have won that, but it's fine. End of the day, the wave's in a good spot, so I think Cupid mines that death. The problem is Tarzaned sitting on a Dirk. We have Tier and Amp Tome. So if you're a Galio or Nidalee, if you ever have push mid, and if you can ever make a play bot, could be good. But again, Hoist lost Flash, Tarzaned lost Flash. But Tarzaned lost a lot for this. He's just going to stay bot lane, just farm up, play to scale. That's his win condition in this game. Enemy comp doesn't scale terribly, but they don't scale great either. And Best will always be the most broken champ in the game, so... Surprisingly, Mel actually hits a nice roam here. The good news is Hui's a really hard champ to dive as well, so if Cupid does have these like aggressive roamers, and he can just play to clear the wave before it crashes or whatever, because Hui is like one of the best ADCs at doing that. But you can see he's playing really safe. There isn't really much going on bot lane after your support moves, and Talon's been perma solo killing the enemy Galio, which has been forcing Pyke to go mid lane. Yeah. The moment he sees Pyke, he just throws a fear out, and he's just sitting here letting his top side win. Like, this is how you should be playing bot lane. Like, your support wants to play top side, whether or not it works or not, you have to play to your win condition, right? You're playing lane 2v1. I mean, it sucks, but it's interesting to see this work, because in a real world, they could just 3-man dive this really easily, right? He can't wave clear this forever because he can hard crash the wave and then just eat him under tower. Early game, obviously. The later the game goes on, the easier Hui can like one-shot waves before it crashes, or just hold the wave like Hui's kind of doing right now. Yeah, he plays like a really safe, really composed, really calculated Mage Enchanter playstyle. He cancels a jump that was just really well played by him. I kind of want to see him play Enchanters as well, because he can make, if he can make Sona work in Korea and hit a high rank on that, and basically borderline carry games on Sona Seraphine support, that's another video on its own, I'd say. But I do assume Cupid will be the best performer in Korea here, from the Western players that I've seen. Not to cut shade on, you know, people like Perry, they're doing pretty well. Quante, also Challenger. Yeah, this has been 1v1 bottom into 2v1 into others. Enemy supports keep roaming. Vice versa. I'm eager to see at what point does Cupid actually start, you know, being online. When does he see himself online? At Archangels? Okay, here he has to flash, which wasn't the best. But he still gets the Pyke spells before he flashes, which should be actually a kill on its own. So he baits the Pyke there, flashes the E. Pyke's committed, has no flash because they traded flashes with Mel. So I don't know if he knew he had enough damage with only, you know, tier amp, D-ring. But I assume if you knew with Mel's damage, he has enough. And Galio goes on the Mel, so which is really good for Hui, because Hui can crash this wave now. And he has infinite gold to spend. 2,200 gold, he's going to be huge. Will perfectly last hits every CS, we'll skip forward a bit here. Okay, so he does rush Archangels, which makes sense, obviously. Gets boots as well, the Nikes, and he's gonna start stacking up. I always thought of Archangel as one of the most broken items in the game. I'm not really sure why it's this OP. It should not be a rushable item. Like, it's just... Mages become so tanky, and... The fact you can survive one extra like spell rotation or a couple of autos means you get like one extra spell and or extra like rotation, right? Which is pretty absurd if you ask me. Well, you know, that's what Riot wants with their game. You can spam spells in lane, scale freely. And yeah, Mel is roaming, so they know for a fact that it's a 2v1 bot side. He has no vision whatsoever. But like I said, this wave cannot even touch the tower. If it touches the tower, he's gonna one-shot it. So just by playing safe, letting the wave crash into him, freezing near the tower here, or like not letting it crash, or just completely clearing the wave before it crashes, Pyke knows he can't do anything. This is why Hui is such an oppressive pick. Same with Lux. Once Lux is level 6, her ult cooldown gets lower and lower, 6, 11, 16. She just EQRs the wave, whatever, and then sits under her tower. They can't dive her. I mean, she might hold her Q, but you get the point. I assume the moment he sees the enemy Pyke, he's going to play aggro now, because he knows, he has item advantage. He has push advantage on Tristana now. But they should, in theory, win 2v2 anyways, even though Hui has no flash. I mean, the item advantage might not matter at this point, because, like, it's not a complete Archangels, but we see Hui mid, we see Nidalee. She might be walking towards the crab here. So he has to probably get out after a plate, which he does. You see, like, very composed, very calculated, not taking any risk. The one risk he took was a bait, basically. They sent him this brush, this Pyke has been playing aggro, greedy. So he literally just plays as safe as he can, gets as much CS as he can, lets wave 2 crash for free, and gets level 2 if they mess up, and yeah, Nidalee flashes in and probably gets the kill here. Nidalee's pretty fat, 7 and 2. The only thing they have winning this game is their mid lane and the AD carry. Support is, like, I guess somewhat even. We have 6-2 Talon versus 2-5 Galio. I don't know what this Galio build is, Shirelli is? Which I don't even know, sure, is that the new meta on Galio? But they have an Invest who's doing pretty insane. I'm not sure what this Tristana's trying to do. Like, you're never gonna kill this. It's not even close. He got the entire wave. And this is something I've realized in competitive play that people are a lot better doing. They just prioritize waves over, like, doing damage to enemy team. Your goal there is, like, you want to get your, your item, right? You want to crash this wave or completely clear it and then get your reset off and, like, counter your TP. And he knows he has TP and he's playing off that fact. Mel is just randomly inting. Can potentially die here, but, he's going to obviously TP. He also takes a safer TP route, which is interesting. I don't think it matters if you TP to tier 1 or tier 2 here. He gets home guard anyways, whatever. Maybe miss a bit of XP. His Archangel is already at 285, which is insane. I guess he's got it, like, so early this game, but... And now I think this is where he's gonna feel online. He has half of his haunting guys, Leandries, whatever. I'm not even sure what the wave build is, to be honest. I assume it is a Shadow Flame, maybe? Like, completely one shot. This is where Hui's gonna start eating good. And this is, like, your timer, right? If you're winning lane at this point, and it's still pre-14 minutes, you have to get as much gold as possible from winning lane. That's how you'll scale even better. So, like, let's say you pick Sona and you're winning lane. You're already gonna outscale them, get as much gold as possible, right? The more gold you get, the more you'll be amplified from your scaling throughout the game. Teammates are fighting right now. I mean, he plays for his team. He's using his spells to get there faster. Personally, I would just hit the tower. I'm greedy. I think he needs to be a bit more selfish and less selfless here and get the extra plate here. He should get this plate in theory anyways, but he'd be full health, full mana, and I doubt his teammates would have been, in a bad position here because it was already a 3v3. But he's the one with 95% rate in Master, so I mean, my highest win rates to Masters in Korean, like 5 times I've gone there, have been like mid-80s. 83, I believe, was my highest. I also have more games played, so misses the fear. Doesn't really matter, honestly. Mel should be completely dead here. I think whatever you kind of keep him alive. He has Archangels here. Honestly, maybe he didn't have to flash because I don't know if he probably has Archangels online, but he might be baiting here as well. Dodges a spear, but he should die to one more auto. Yeah. So he was kind of greedy there. That was like the first time I seen him be a bit greedy. He flashed out and tried to turn, which I don't even know you have to flash out the first time if he's gonna like turn in the first place, right? He should have taken more damage and flashed out, but either way. So he's going with Leanders. I mean, it makes sense to have 2 melee champs that are like pretty tanky. 3 if you consider Pyke and tank champ, not necessarily, but their team is quite behind, minus the Talon and the Hui, obviously. So I'm eager to see how Cupid ends up bringing this game back. Maybe it's just a deluxe 1v9 Talon game, but considering how Hui is ahead in this lane is making the game more playable, right? Because Hui should never be ahead. Right, lane swap's happening, post 14 minutes, second grub spawn. There's nothing to farm for a mid lane, so he wants to just come here and pressure, I guess. Almost steals a grub. They're always playing off waves. Like, you lost, what, two casters that potentially steal a grub and stop their entire grub domination. This Wei champ literally one-shots waves, it's insane how high his damage is. Alright, we're spam pinging Jace. It is the Korean server after all. Mel is not happy. He is 0-5-0, but just sitting here composed, trying to farm his second item of the game. This is where Pike's going to be really annoying, playing for the pretty fed Mbessa. But when you see 3 people top lane, you can play aggro mid lane, so you get free poke off on the Galio. Get mid prio as well. I'm eager to see if he ends up short shifting bottom or top lane or just sits mid lane, because he can defend top here maybe. I'm not really sure how good his champion is. But looks like he wants to play to pressure mid, which I understand because tier 1 is a way better tower. Sorry, tier 1 mid is the best tower. He actually ends up slamming the Galio, which is pretty nuts. I assume he knows the talent's super fed and can do a lot on his own, and he'd rather just 2v1 taking advantage on the full armor Galio. That's really good to know, because maybe some Ziggs players are like walk towards here, ult the top wave, or walk bot, throw an auto attack satchel with passive, whatever. But he prioritizes tier 1 mid. Maybe in this instance, because he thinks Talon's just stronger in general, get the tower either way, or he just prioritizes tier 1 mid, which makes a lot of sense. So he should have enough gold for Leandri's here. You see some free damage, he takes it either way. Gets hooked, but there's no follow-up. So I guess, or it may just become a bit overpowered, and he's using his combo basically perfectly. I'm surprised he's still like wandering around, because I mean he has nothing. He has TP, and he literally just recall TP and be on map for this wave. But since he didn't recall because it's a cannon, he wants to clear the cannon first, then recall. I mean the wave is uncontested anyways, right? He killed the dude. He's gonna recall for sure here. Takes the blue buff. I actually would have liked to see him TP then take blue buff. I don't know the timer of it because it's on a replay. I have to like go back in the VOD. I assume he knows better than me. I don't know the blue buff timer there, but typically when I like TP, clear wave, get blue buff, go back, right? So they have a longer timer. But again, I don't know the timer of the blue buff in the game, so. We got the Gondries. Got the Aether Wisp for the MS. I assume that's like Cosmic Drive. Misses his sphere, unfortunately. He has no spells. He's walking backwards, only Q up. And he's just waiting for his team and getting free damage up whenever he can. And these fights are very one-sided, because I mean, the enemy team doesn't scale that well at all. Like the Gwen that was feeding all game is now 4-4 and caught up to Nidalee. I think she's almost ahead. She'll eat top side here. It's really intriguing though. You can play this safe on a mage ADC in Korea against Tristana Pike. I think Nidalee and Galio, well not Galio, Galio got steamrolled mid lane. Nidalee should have put a lot more emphasis bot lane this game. It's not like he knows he's against Cupid, right? But either way, he purposely won't take inhibitor here, I assume. And he doesn't really have that much gold, just 1,000. He just got back on the map. Drops that for the orb for the vision. Yeah, this champ has really 0 cooldowns. Also, if you didn't know, your lucidity boost drops your cooldown on your TP, so you're on the map a lot more often. I can play a lot more aggro, potentially, early game. I'm not sure if he opts out of these boots like late game to get Sorks. Your TP timer also drops to the higher level you are, but I'm not really sure what he's doing here, to be honest. I think he should just recall and spend his 1300 now. I mean, he's also cocky, he's playing against way lower elo players than he is. He's at least sitting in their base right now. Yeah. So Cupid does have an ego. That's good. The best players in the world have ego, so I like that. Sitting at their legitimate tier 3. But, you know. Uses his flash, uses everything, dies. In a higher elo game, this will go punish, obviously, if you're playing like the best Chinese and Korean players in the world, like, you do this shit, you might, you know, lose Otacon or something, because enemy players will actually play to win. But yeah. Kind of greedy. Ends up going back to mid lane. I mean, his goal at this point should be playing for tier 2 top or Otacon. Like, you don't have to even catch mid lane anymore. Him going top isn't that bad. Because he is their best tower taker. Jace is 0-8. In a real game, Jace would be the best tower taker. Or even Talon, but Talon has no TP. He could also just play top side. And the game is basically turning into a slop at this point. Galio kind of ran it. Enemy bot lane threw their lead. Mel went full utility build, no AP. As a Knight's Vow, which is good. Against their basically full AD team with a Nidalee. You don't want to consider Galio AP at this point. He's just tank. Tank with some magic damage in his kit. Yeah, he finally goes for tier 2 top. We're playing some good macro. Almost snipes the pike here. Just having some fun. And then the FF. To me, I think this game kind of showcased the very good moments Cupid has. Again, he's playing like a Masters game, Masters GM game. This is the wrong game. It's the exact same score almost. 7-3-8. 7-3. Wait, it was 7-3-9. It's the exact same scoreline. This is a Masters game, right? It's not. I understand in creative, no matter how high your MMR is, like there's so many Master players, you're into like a lower MMR game, right? So it is a Masters game, and it's not like the enemy bot lane was the worst, but 0-8-5 Jace winning a game, and then the Mel kind of ran it as well, and then the Gwen got invaded and like lost everything early game. I think we saw a lot of good signs about Cupid's gameplay. I think he'll hit Challenger pretty easily with 70% plus win rate, I'd say. But he took a break because he lost like 2 of his last 3. I do believe, however, once he gets a high elo, he'll get punished more. Example, this game, you see a Leona Kai's on the enemy team. You have a Swain. How can you even play the game right? Yeah, you can't go cleanse on Hui AD carry because if you burn your TP, your game's gonna be a lot harder to play. Well, I mean, if you don't have TP, you can't even play the game, right? If you get like hard focused by their jungler. So I don't know. I'm intrigued. He plays very unique champions. Morgana support, Seraphine Enchanter support, Sona support. These champions in high elo, I mean, I want to see him play against the best supports in Korea, Delight, etc. And the best AD carries and see how he does. But yeah, that's it for this analytical video. Let me know if you guys like stuff like this. I can have a lot more people I want to do this on. So let me know. Comment in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.